Next on WESH 2, a lot of celebrations planned on this 4th of July, but will the weather dampen your plans? Cam has a check of your holiday forecast. Plus, we are live in downtown Orlando with demonstrators are joining the national call for abortion rights. And thousands of travelers are having a miserable holiday weekend at airports all across the country. The airline problems and stormy weather that are creating quite the mess.
Local, live, late-breaking. WESH 2 News starts now.
And we are taking a look at the current radar over Central Florida. While it looks pretty clear now, some unwanted colors could show up very soon. Thanks for joining us here on this 4th of July. I'm Sheldon Dutez. A lot of us want to know if our barbecue and fireworks plans are going to get washed out today. So let's get right to first warning meteorologist Cam Tran. Cam, I told you I'd like to get some time at the pool today too. How's it looking?
I think you can actually get in some time in the pool this afternoon before the rain starts pouring. Unlike what we've seen the last 2 days, it is actually quiet right now on our first warning radar for this lunchtime hour. We are seeing dry conditions at the moment, but showers will pick up and thunderstorms will pick up as we go through the afternoon. Right now, temperatures with all that sunshine, it's starting to warm up very quickly. 89 right now in Orlando as well as in Bithlo. Currently 90 already in Sanford and 88 in DeLand. As we go through the afternoon, here's look around 2 to 3 o'clock. That's when shower activity will start to pick up then. So you've got a brief window between now to about 2 to 3 o'clock where you can probably get in maybe a quick barbecue or an afternoon by the pool. After that, though, all bets are off. As we go into around 6 to 7 o'clock, we are going to see scattered showers and thunderstorms across our area, and that's when we'll definitely need those ponchos and umbrellas. So taking a look at the rest of your 4th of July forecast through the afternoon, we do have a 60% rain coverage for today, so keep those ponchos and umbrellas handy or have a plan B if you're grilling outside. Will the showers clear out in time for the fireworks shows later this evening? I'll have your complete fireworks forecast coming up at 12:17.
Cam, thank you. Abortion rights advocates are demonstrating in downtown Orlando, and moments ago they were outside of the Orange County Courthouse demanding local and national support to protect and expand choice. They have since moved their rally. WESH 2's political reporter Greg Fox is live at the courthouse. And Greg, this is all happening just a day before a key Florida court ruling is expected.
Exactly. As we reported last week, a Leon Circuit judge indicated that he is going to rule the 15-week abortion ban in Florida unconstitutional. Now, that law took effect on Friday, but the ruling is expected to come out from him tomorrow, including an emergency temporary injunction to block the new law.
All right, travelers are getting stuck on their holiday trips because a number of issues that the airlines are dealing with. NBC's George Solis reports on the 4th of July weekend travel nightmare and the demands for the industry to do something. All right, if you're traveling out of the Orlando airport, there won't be as many travelers today and tomorrow. Here's a look at the Orlando International Airport's expectations for this entire holiday weekend. The airport predicted that the highest amount of travelers would be on Saturday at 145,000. Today, they predict that there will be about 130,000. That number is expected to drop even more tomorrow because of a slight increase on Wednesday. And here is a check of how the flights are looking this morning here in Orlando so far. Most of them are on time. Only 14 are delayed, and 1 is canceled so far. Well, the also been packed for the holiday, and AAA expected more than 2 million Floridians would hit the road even though gas prices are still high. Right now in our state, the average is $4.55 per gallon. Gas in most Central Florida counties, though, is at $4.48 or below. Well, Altamont Springs hosted one of our area's largest fireworks shows this weekend. For the first time in 2 years, tens of thousands of people came out to Cranes Roost Park for Red Hot and Boom. Celebration kicked off yesterday afternoon with live music on the park's floating stage and a wide variety of vendors and entertainment all around the lake. Now, the rain kept the crowd light for the first few hours, but once those skies cleared out, the crowd grew to an estimated 150,000 people.
I love the fireworks. It's just honoring our country and loving America and celebrating America and our freedom.
This was the 25th year of Red Hot and Boom. Coordinators did not have a show the past 2 summers because of the pandemic. And there are still more celebrations happening tonight all throughout Central Florida. The 45th annual fireworks at the fountain kicks off at Lake Eola in downtown Orlando. That starts about 4 o'clock this afternoon with live music. They also have vendors, but the big fireworks display not starting until 9:15 tonight. Keep in mind, there will be some road closures at Lake Eola throughout the day. I already encountered one on Robinson this morning. In Osceola County, you can check out the fireworks at Kissimmee's Lakefront Park. The 4th of July festival starts at 5 with performances by Sister Hazel and Soul Switch. Fireworks grand finale starts at 9. Well, he has been under fire for weeks following his actions at the scene of a deadly school shooting. Now, the Uvalde school police chief has resigned, but it's not the resignation that the students and teachers' families were looking for. We will explain. And a little bit later, scary moments for a New York lifeguard. You'll hear how he was able to escape and survive a shark attack.
Closed captioning is sponsored by Blockstrong.
Traumatic experiences can have a lifelong impact on first responders.
For all of us, I think we want to run away from it.
WESH 2 explores a local treatment that helps trauma survivors confront their haunting memories using virtual reality. Tuesday at 11.
With so much to do in Central Florida, getting the weather right is important. That's why every morning I bring your forecast into focus. I'm Kellyanne Class, your WESH 2 News Sunrise meteorologist.
You're watching WESH 2.
New this noon, Danish police say it looks like the shooter who killed 3 people at a shopping mall did it alone. Authorities still don't have a motive for yesterday's attack, but have all but ruled out terrorism. Copenhagen's police chief says the 22-year-old Danish shooter did get those guns illegally. After weeks of controversy, the police chief who oversaw the response to the massacre at a Texas elementary school has resigned from his city council post. But as NBC's Guad Venegas reports, the families of all of the students and teachers who died are still pushing to get answers. Hundreds of people in Winter Park kicked off their 4th of July with an early morning run. Advent Health hosted this year's annual Watermelon 5K run along Park Avenue. The first runners took off about 7:30 this morning. Advent Health also collected food for the VA Medical Center's food pantry. And Cam, it's great that this race started in the morning at 7:30 when it was still relatively pleasant outside, because we're just getting warmer and warmer as the day goes on.
A lot of sunshine out there, and those temperatures are rising very quickly, but at least it is dry at the moment, though. In fact, here's a live look along our coast this morning. All this gorgeous sunshine. It's going to be a nice day to head out to the beaches if that's something that's in your plans today. Just be mindful, we do have the rip current risk on the moderate side, so swim close to the lifeguard stand if you can. Take a look at those feel-like temperatures. It's already feeling quite hot and steamy. 97 the real feel right now in Sanford. It feels like 95 in Orlando as you step outside this afternoon. It feels like 92 in Leesburg. So very hot, very steamy. The actual air temperatures themselves will climb into the low 90s for interior locations, while we're expecting upper 80s to low 90s along the coastline spots today. First warning radar and our satellite seeing a pretty quiet skies right now. We're noticing a few cumulus clouds begin to develop this afternoon, but not much in terms of any rain showers for now. In fact, we're actually going to see some slightly drier weather as we head back to work this week. Today, the rain coverage is about 60%, dropping down to about 40% for Tuesday all the way until late week, which is great news for that space launch that we have on Thursday. Now, the back to Starlink satellites will be going up for Thursday morning. Right now, an 80% chance will be a go from a weather standpoint. Here's a look at that extended weather forecast. As we lower the rain chances for Tuesday through late week, we increase that heat. Highs will be in the mid-90s, so it will be very hot and steamy in Central Florida for the rest of the week. A look at the tropics coming up in the 12:30 half hour.
All right, Cam, thank you. Could former President Trump soon face criminal charges? We will tell you what one January 6th committee member is saying about those chances. And we'll also show you some more of this rescue crew flying into action after this massive cargo ship got stuck at sea.
First warning weather on WESH 2 is sponsored by Dunkin'.
Coming up next, the sad end to the search for a local missing boater. We will let you know how to keep you and your family and friends safe when you head out on the water for a day. And a triumphant return for the Minions. See how these wild and crazy little guys climbed to the top of the box office this weekend.
Closed captioning is sponsored by Todd Minor Law.
Local, live, late-breaking. WESH 2 News starts now.
Well, some communities in our area already got to enjoy big fireworks displays last night, while others are getting ready for some of tonight's big shows. You are looking at just some of the big celebrations from over the holiday weekend in Seminole and Brevard counties. And the big question today is, will the weather cooperate once again so we can see some of those big shows tonight, Cam?
I think the weather will cooperate, and right now if you're heading out and maybe you're heading out to a friend's house, neighbor's house to get grilling out there, it is really hot. Here's a look at those feel-like temperatures this afternoon. It feels like 97 right now in Sanford, 95 in Orlando, and 95 at Winter Haven. So make sure you stay hydrated out there, drink plenty of fluids. Take a look at first warning radar. It's pretty quiet right now with the exception of a few showers and that are starting to bubble up here along the I-95 corridor here in Brevard County. You can see we've got a few rain showers right over Palm Bay at the moment, just west of Micco and Floridana Beach. We are going to see those rain showers really pick up in coverage, especially around 2 to 3 o'clock this afternoon as those sea breezes make their way inland. Then as we go in around 6 to 7 o'clock, scattered showers and thunderstorms into the evening. I do think this rain should clear out for those 9 o'clock fireworks shows and festivities. Here's a look at your 12-hour forecast. We do have that rain coverage around 60% today. Highs will be climbing into the low 90s, so it will be a hot and humid one. I'll break down hour by hour when we're expecting the rain this afternoon and evening, and a closer look at that all-important fireworks forecast coming up the next time I see you at 12:47.
All right, Cam, thank you. Happening right now in downtown Orlando, abortion rights advocates are demonstrating, demanding local and national support to protect and expand choice. The rally is happening just one day before a Tallahassee judge is expected to order an emergency temporary injunction to block the state's new 15-week abortion ban. Today's rally was one of many scheduled all across the country on the abortion issue. And instead of wearing red, white, and blue today, there is a movement on social media telling people to wear black or green instead. Coordinators say they want to send a message as states impose abortion bans. Well, there's a tiny creature that's causing some big concerns along our state's west coast. We will tell you about the snails that could be a major health hazard. Plus, he's used to saving swimmers from the ocean, but we will hear from a lifeguard who had to save himself after a shark attacked him. You won't want to miss this story.
Closed captioning is sponsored by Rubenstein Law. Injured? Call 1-800-FL-LEGAL.
All right, we have an unusual warning to pass along from the other side of the state. Now, officials in Pasco County say that they have found giant African land snails in that area. Now, the snails can grow up to 8 inches, but that's not what has people worried. The Florida Department of Agriculture says that these snails can carry a parasite that causes meningitis. People are asked not to touch them. The department is sending out teams to get rid of these snails, but experts say it will likely take years because they lay so many eggs. Officials say that the snails likely got there because of illegal pet trading. A man is recovering after a shark bit him in New Smyrna Beach. Take a look here at that scene yesterday. Officials say that the 28-year-old was surfing when this happened. He has injuries on his ankle. It's the 3rd shark bite of the year in Volusia County. And a New York lifeguard is telling quite the story after he was attacked by a shark. Talia Perez says that man is now talking about how he fought off the creature. Well, fireworks have been part of 4th of July celebrations for hundreds of years, but next we will tell you why more and more local communities are going high-tech to celebrate America's birthday.
First warning weather on WESH 2 is sponsored by Cool Today.
When we say we keep your forecast in focus,
A big part of that is accuracy.
We know you rely on us to get it right.
And for 15 years in a row, WESH 2 First Warning Weather is certified the most accurate.
Who keeps track? WeatherRate does. Independent analysts who compare all forecasts to what actually happened.
And we get it right more than anyone. Not our words, theirs.
This is the team you can rely on. Accurate, trusted. WESH 2 First Warning Weather.
All right, we have several big professional fireworks displays that are happening all across Central Florida tonight. But if you are setting off your own fireworks, the Orange County Sheriff's Office has some advice to keep in mind. Never allow the kids to light or play with any of the explosives. Deputies also suggest keeping a bucket of water nearby and lighting all of the fireworks one at a time. Finally, they say you should never pick up or try to relight fireworks that did not fully ignite the first time. In some parts of the country, though, fireworks shows have been replaced with a different kind of display in the sky. We're talking about drone shows. Look at this. The trend is becoming more popular out west because of that great wildfire danger. And it's not just the fire danger that's leading officials to change their minds about fireworks.
It used to cost about $8,000 to $10,000 to ship a container of fireworks. And today we're looking at $35,000 to $40,000.
We've seen about a 70 to 80% increase in volume as far as calls and requests for our drone shows.
The drones are controlled by computers, and each show is able to tell a unique story in the sky, as we can see in some of this video. Well, it was a historic weekend for soccer here in Central Florida. The Orlando Pride played the first ever National Women's Soccer League game on a racetrack. It was part of the first ever soccer fest at Daytona International Speedway, and the game did not disappoint for fans who made this trip. The Pride were down 2-0 against Racing Louisville FC in the 59th minute, but minutes later, they were on the board. They were able to tie up this game, but they couldn't take the lead. Historic game ended in a draw. They tied 2-2. Pretty cool that that happened on the racetrack there in Daytona, and the weather cooperated then.
Yes, it did.
This afternoon, if anybody's heading to Daytona Beach, it's going to be warm.
Yes, it is very warm, not just for the beach locations, but our interior spots as well. And right now, most of us are seeing dry skies, but that's not going to be the case as we go throughout the afternoon, though. Here's a look at the temperatures right now as you head out the door on this lunchtime. Maybe you're heading out to a friend's house just to get grilling out there. It is currently 89 degrees in Orlando, 90 in Sanford, and 88 in DeLand. And I am expecting those high temperatures to climb into the low 90s today, which is actually right on par for where we should be this type of year. We are going to see high around 92 this afternoon, Orlando, 93 in Sanford, and even out for our beachline communities, a few spots will actually touch right around 90 degrees. Here's a look at our first warning radar. Not seeing much right now, but we are starting to notice a few showers begin to pop up as we head down south here into Brevard County. You see that rain just slowly pushing inland here over Palm Bay and just west of Floridana Beach, moving away from the I-95 corridor, pushing a little farther inland. Quick check of the tropics. All is pretty quiet out there. No development expected at all. We are seeing dry conditions across the area. Here's a look at that extended weather forecast. As we notice some drier air moving into Central Florida mid to late week, we're really going to ramp up that heat, Sheldon. In fact, 92 your high today, 93 your high tomorrow in Orlando. But look at that, mid-90s Wednesday to late week and even for the upcoming weekend. Sheldon.
Cam, thank you. We've got some breaking news just into our newsroom out of Chicago. We're taking a live look at the Highland Park neighborhood. This is a Chicago suburb. Authorities say police are responding to a shooting that happened at a 4th of July parade in this suburb. Authorities have not officially reported any casualties yet, but witnesses described seeing bloodied bodies, apparently covered with blankets. The Chicago Sun-Times also reports that this parade started about 10 o'clock this morning, but it stopped 10 minutes after it started because of those shots that were fired. Several witnesses say that they heard gunfire. Hundreds of parade goers, some of them had blood on them, were running away from this parade route. They left behind their chairs, baby strollers, and blankets. A Sun-Times reporter saw the blankets placed over 3 bloodied bodies. This is just into our newsroom from the suburbs of Chicago. We are working to find out some more information about this shooting at this 4th of July parade. Stay with us. We will be right back.
Happy 4th of July from WESH 2.
All right, we are staying on top of that breaking news out of the suburbs of Chicago, where a shooter, opened fire at this 4th of July parade this morning. It happened around 10 a.m. People were running away from that parade route. Officials in this suburb, Highland Park, have not said how many people officially have died, but people reported seeing multiple bodies covered with blankets. We are working to find out some more information about what happened, but right now we are taking a live look at that scene in the suburbs of Chicago as this investigation continues. In the meantime, our team is also working on some other stories for our evening shows, like whether or not your phone data can be used to press criminal charges. The reason women across the country are now deleting apps from their phones. And we will tell you the story of a former SEAL who is determined to serve after almost losing his life. We've got those stories and so much more starting on WESH 2 News at 4. Also, the Minions ruled at the box office. Here's Rick Damagella. All right, storms are coming in, but clearing out in time for 4th of July fireworks.
At Green Energy Windows and Doors, our laminate glass is stronger than average double-pane windows and costs less. Plus, now through Wednesday, save up to 50% off. Go to genergywindows.com, installing the safest and most energy-efficient windows for 15 years.